Our next speaker is Dr. Muhammad Wajid Akhter. He is the Secretary General of the Muslim Council of Britain.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam wa shukran anbiya muslimin nabiyana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam wa alayhi tasliman jami'an kathira. I'm not going to talk to you about the book. I want to talk to you about who this person was to me and hopefully to you, inshallah. Umar radiallahu anhu was sitting with the Sahaba when he was Khalifa, and he told them, wish. And one of them said, I wish that this room was full of gold so I could spend it in the path of Allah. Umar radiallahu anhu was clearly unhappy with this. So he said, wish. So another person thought that he was getting what Umar radiallahu anhu was trying to hint at, and he said, well, I wish that this room was full of diamonds and jewels so I could spend it in the path of Allah and in charity. Umar radiallahu anhu still looked displeased, and he said, wish. And so the people looked at him and they said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, we don't know what to wish for. And he said, I wish this room was full of people like Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah radiallahu anhu. Umar radiallahu anhu was teaching us that the greatest wealth that a people can have is good leaders. The Muslim Ummah today has oil beneath its feet, has gold in its ground, has more than 1 billion or 2 billion, depending on whatever statistics you take, from Malaysia to Morocco, but we have very few good leaders. And it's important for us to understand that this is why this book is important. The Prophet ﷺ said words to the effect that the Imam, the leader, is a shield for the Muslims. Without it, you are going to be attacked on all sides. The hadith goes on, but the Imam is a shield for the Muslims. Where is our Imam today? Where are our leaders? You see, there are few examples in the world, and wherever they are, if the people follow them, and if the people support them, those countries, those groups, they prosper. And everywhere else, they fall into destruction and despair. What is the difference between some of the Muslim countries today that tried to overthrow tyranny and others that successfully did? Good leadership. Alija Izetbegovic had 3 things that every leader needs. Number 1, he had a vision. When I was a child in Saudi growing up, and the genocide in Bosnia was going on, there was no internet, there was no social media, so you just feel upset watching what's on TV. And in my mosque, there were 2 books in English. Everything else was in Arabic. One was the entire Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, and the other was this book. So I read it. And the Imam, he came to me one day and he said, you know, this is why the Bosnians will win. So this was at the height of the genocide. I said, why? And he said, because you cannot kill an idea, you can only kill people. In this book is the idea of a civilization, idea of a people that combined modernity and tradition, idea of a civilization that combines principle and pragmatism, idea of a civilization that is comfortable between East and West. In this is the secret of success, believing in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and having a vision. A leader who has a vision is so much greater than anything that you can imagine. All the oil, all the gold, all the weapons, all the armies of the world fall beneath that, because you cannot destroy or defeat or kill a vision. The other thing he had, he was a warrior. He didn't choose to be. But when the time came, he stood up. As Tipu Sultan, the great freedom fighter in India, once said, it is better to live one day as a lion than 1,000 years as a jackal. Alija Izetbegovic and his companions decided to live like lions. And they endured the longest siege in modern history in Sarajevo. And they did it like men and women with faith would do. And finally, he was a leader who understood what it meant to be pragmatic. When it was time, when the war was over, he did not seek vengeance. Because vengeance, as Salah ad-Din once said, spilt blood never sleeps. He did not seek vengeance. He did not seek to have 100%. He was not happy with the Dayton Accords. He said it 100 times. But this is better than the continuation of the war for my people. He was pragmatic. And then he did something that very, very few Muslim leaders ever do. He decided to step down Traditionally, throughout 1,400 years of Muslim history, Muslim leaders only leave office when they're on their way to the graveyard. He decided to leave before. This shows you the measure of the man. I'll finish with this last quote from Napoleon. Napoleon once said, somebody asked him, this one guy, Napoleon, wasn't actually French, if you know that, right? Napoleon wasn't actually French. He was born in Corsica, so he spoke with an accent. And he decided to conquer the whole of Europe. And they asked him, what is a leader? And he said, a leader is only one thing. A leader is a dealer in hope. If you read this book, my brothers and sisters, I know we're going through difficult times. I know we feel like there may be another genocide coming. I know that our problems are going up to the sky and our resources are in the floor. And I know that we feel divided, leaderless, and incapable. But if you read this book, and inshallah one of you decide to become like Ali Jaiz Ibn, then we will have hope as well. Jazakallah khair.